This is the Randi Rhodes Show. To speak with Randi, dial 561-270-3844. That's 561-270-3844.
New College of Florida has become the new target of Governor Ron DeSantis and his culture war. He thinks that because the school is funded by state taxpayers, the school ought to have a conservative identity, a conservative Christian identity, which is not what it has had or has ever had. And to carry out this mission, Governor DeSantis has appointed 6 new members to the new college's board of trustees, including Christopher Rufo, a conservative activist who has led the battle against critical race theory in public schools across the U.S., and Matthew Spalding, the dean of Hillsdale College, a conservative Christian school that is serving as a model for DeSantis's plan to take over higher education in the state of Florida. These men, along with 4 others of DeSantis's picks, now make up the majority of the board of New College, and they are not wasting any time. This afternoon, they held their very first official meeting, but before it even started, the end game was clear.
The legislature has agreed to authorize immediately $15 million for New College for recruiting new faculty and for scholarships for students. And so you're going to have a situation where you're going to be able to go out, recruit people to come, say, hey, here's the mission, here's what we're looking to do. I mean, you have people asking, how do I apply?
That money, the $15 million the governor was talking about, that is to hire new faculty for New College. In that same event, Governor DeSantis announced new reforms for higher education in Florida, ones that will eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion and critical race theory, and make sure that, quote, core courses are rooted in Western tradition. Sitting next to Governor DeSantis was Christopher Rufo, who just hours later carried out the governor's mandate by immediately calling for the abolition of the New College Office for Outreach and Inclusive Excellence. Rufo claims that diversity divides people.
One of the items that I discussed today with Governor DeSantis and with legislators present is that diversity, equity, and inclusion, which sounds great, but in practice divides people and offers separate judgments on the basis of race and identity. My opinion does matter, actually, unfortunately for you.
This is real, Orwellian crap where, slavery is freedom and war is peace and, equality equals inequality. I mean, honestly, this is the craziest I've ever seen. And Florida is, known for Florida Man. Okay, it is. It's known for Florida Man, which is a guy who will, eat your face after snorting flocka. Okay, that is Florida. That is who we are. It is what we're known for. And we're about to get even meaner. We're about to get even dumber. We're about to get even more heinous. This is a place where Trayvon Martin was killed by George Zimmerman, and they said this was cool, this was okay, that Skittles could be mistaken for a weapon, and, the hoodie was a bad thing. We should ban them, and Zimmerman should go free, right? Florida, this is Florida. Florida, where books are harder to come by than guns. Yes, Florida, where the governor controls the entire board of education. He appoints everyone to it, and now has decided to destroy this one little liberal arts college in Sarasota, Florida, and just destroy it, fire its president, who came to us from the University of Missouri. Okay, she's she's obviously an experienced, academic. She's obviously an experienced college administrator. They have taken her out. Last night, they voted her out, and instead they're going to put in a lobbyist whose wife is the CEO of a charter school. This lobbyist actually got his law degree online from Regent University, a Christian law university, got his degree online, didn't, get accepted to the bar for 3 years after he completed his law degree online, and then was able somehow to get elected after redistricting, a gerrymander in Pasco County, and make his way to become the Speaker of the Florida House. He was then kicked out of the Florida House and became a lobbyist, okay? And now he's the new president of this school, and he has no experience in academia, none whatsoever. In fact, he failed out of his original college. Hence, he had to go online. I mean, it's such an inside baseball game. It's such a disgusting, a game that they're playing. And all DeSantis cares about is, for him, cruelty is the point. He has to out-bully. He has to out-cruel. He has to out-mean Donald J. Trump, who also lived here in Florida. Unmolested, by the way, from the long arm of the law. Who else lived here? Jeffrey Epstein lived here, unmolested by the long arm of the law. I mean, they all come out of the swamp, and then they point at the swamp and they say, see that? That's a swamp. It is so sick. It is so sad. Now, Florida teachers are having to hide their books. I swear to God, they're having to hide their books, and it's not just Manatee County anymore. Now it's Duval County. If you're wondering, Duval County is Jacksonville. So that's a major metropolitan area, okay? So now Duval County has to hide their books, too. And one of the books they had to hide, The Life of Rosa Parks. They don't want anyone to orient themselves into a world where black people could be excellent, into a world where black activism is peaceful, where it actually produces the result of ending discriminatory thinking about others, about blacks, about women, about anything that's unfamiliar to you, Florida man. No, they don't want anybody to know anything. And so now you have teachers who are hiding their books to avoid felonies. I swear to God. Ron DeSantis passed HB 1467, and literally it barred what he and we don't know who's gonna, who gets to say. And this is kind of like, hey, what if we had an election and everyone could vote? Okay, but only I get to count it. It's always something with them, ain't it? Yeah, so this is one of those deals where someone gets to say what is appropriate, what is age appropriate, what is okay to be in the classroom. And we don't know who that's going to be, okay? We just don't know who that's going to be. But until we figure out who gets to say whether or not The Life of Rosa Parks, you want to know some of the titles that were banned? The biography of Hank Aaron. Henry Aaron, yes, his biography, banned. Harriet Tubman, banned. Celia Cruz, banned. Rosa Parks, banned. Malala's biography, banned. They even banned the Berenstain Bears book. Swear to God. They banned a book called Dim Sum for Everyone. No wonder they're so hateful. They don't like dim sum. Who doesn't like dim sum? Who doesn't like dough? They banned a book called Dumpling Soup, and they banned a book called Fry Bread, a Native American family story. Who doesn't like fried bread? Okay, so this is what's going on. They have banned 2,532 individual books. And they say that they're going to appoint somebody to go in there and vet the books. And you got teachers now who are covering their book libraries in their classrooms because they're afraid that they will get hit with a third-degree felony, which carries 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. But come next session of the Florida legislature, which starts next month in March, they're going to put restrictions on abortion. They're going to give out school vouchers, and they're going to do permitless carry of guns. So they don't trust teachers to have the biography of Hank Aaron in their classrooms, but they do trust the teacher to have a gun. I mean, this is the craziest place on the planet. This is just the most bizarre place on the planet. Listen, I thought Texas, would take a lot of doing. It's neck and neck, okay? It's neck and neck. It's going to be a photo finish to see who can abuse their citizens more, Texas or Florida. I think DeSantis is just peeved that, they got permit less. I can't even say it. It's so disgusting. Open carry and he hasn't gotten it yet in Florida. He needs people. We need shootouts. We need Uvalde to happen here. Nobody. Well, I will tell you, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. I wonder if Abbott learned from us, because no one went into Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. You understand that? That was the first instance where I saw somebody with a gun standing outside the school and not being willing to go in. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to RandiRhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.